Note from the channeler, this message was received on November the 3rd.
My dearest brothers and sisters, this is Tunia speaking. I love you so very much. Earthlings have been in my thoughts a lot lately. Steps are being made towards your liberation. However, a part of that is that hidden darkness comes to the light. This both leads to disturbing information being spread on your alternative media, as well as a general feeling of unease spreading among mankind. This process leads to healing, but it is challenging in the short term. After all, if there was some old pain buried in your subconscious, then healing it often involves becoming aware of it and perceiving it. This is beneficial, but also tough in the short term. Plus, the dark controllers on your world, those who still try to rule the world from behind the scenes, are playing their last cards. This, too, leads to scary news items and a feeling of unease. They will not be allowed to start World War III, but that doesn't mean they won't try, or that they won't come close. You can think of this period as a time of healing and processing of darkness. It is very scary and tough right now, but it is going to lead to a better future. Alternatively, you can think of this time as giving birth to a baby, which is a painful process on your world, but the beautiful baby, a better world, is coming. It will be worth it. That said, it is also absolutely true that people are dying, people are becoming depressed, people are turning to drugs and alcohol, people are losing loved ones, and people are feeling very, very alone. I know that the current situation on your world is awful, and I wish that it were better. You are incredibly brave and strong. If you have the space to improve your life or help others, amazing. However, even if all you can do right now is just hang on and get through the day, that is enough for now from my perspective. Many beings would not even be able to survive right now on Earth. Better times are coming. From the perspective of myself and many other Pleiadians, this period has dragged on for far too long already and has been far too painful and lonely. Furthermore, it is completely unfair that the more awake people on your world, such as the people tuning into these messages, are often considered to be insane and treated poorly. We think that it is our responsibility to do all the parts of Earth's liberations that average Earthlings can't reasonably do, such as addressing problems posed by hostile galactics and demons. However, we still think that it is the responsibility of Earthlings to address the problems that they reasonably can solve, such as arresting known Earthling criminals who seek to control humanity. There's more than enough proof of their crimes. I'm calling on Earthling police, military, and Secret Service people to step up the process of arresting known criminals, providing disclosure and paving the way for a free humanity. I know that you are already taking steps in this direction, but from the Pleiadian perspective, it is time to step up these efforts. Yes, I know that it is tough, but most of you have sworn an oath, and everyday innocent children are suffering. You can put an end to the suffering of innocent children. The longer this current drawn-out limbo period goes on, the more that previously awakened and previously motivated people tap out, become disillusioned, give up, or even die. Furthermore, the longer this process goes on, the less that the awake population will trust the white hats or counterforces. And when all is revealed, it will be tough for the white hats or counterforces to defend the slowness with which they acted if this process goes on for much longer. At some point, we will have to stop treating Earthlings as children and actually start disclosing truth to Earthlings in a way that average Earthlings can't look away from, such as via your mainstream media. Yes, maybe it is indeed smart to not literally dump every single piece of information out there all at once, but let's at least start with disclosing things in a way that actually reaches average Earthlings. The longer you wait, the bigger the gap will be between the awake and the asleep, and the tougher this waking up process is going to be. If we ever want Earthlings to be one people again, we will have to start disclosing things to the people who are currently sleeping. Some people claim that the white hats or counterforces had no choice, and that the current path was the only one option. So basically the argument is, yes, the people are suffering, but this was the only way. We Pleiadians disagree. For example, one alternative path would have been for the counterforces to take over the mainstream media in early 2020 and broadcasting the following message.
There are benevolent extraterrestrials who wish to gift us a COVID cure, free energy, advanced healthcare, and a machine that can just create anything you want, like replicators from Star Trek. Let us hold a national vote, country by country, on whether we allow these galactics to send us these blueprints, for free, to very many people so that the technology can't be hidden away. Then once we verify that these technologies work, let us hold a second vote on whether we want to allow these galactics to actually land and meet us face to face.
This is one alternative path that could have been taken. In fact, this idea can still be implemented right now. Without the consent of the population, it is hard for us to justify landing. However, if such a national vote is held, then we would be very happy to share our technology with any country in which a majority votes yes. I'm offering a formal invitation to Earth leaders to hold such a vote in your countries. We are willing to give you enough material and evidence in a video where we introduce ourselves, so that you can convince your citizens that we are indeed real and are indeed willing to share our technology with you. We are willing to work with you to address any concerns you may have. You Earthlings are our brothers and sisters. Of course, you deserve to live in material abundance and good health, just like us. Would you deny that to your brothers and sisters? Yes, Earthlings used to not yet be ready for these technologies, but now you finally are. Your consciousness has matured enough for them. So we disagree with the notion that the current path chosen by the counterforces was the only way. From our point of view, the Earthling counterforces are a bit too attached to maintaining current power structures and a bit too attached to maintaining systems as they currently are. To be blunt, many of these counterforces may not want Earthlings to be controlled by hostile galactics and demons, but they are rich or powerful and they would like to keep being richer or more powerful than average citizens. That said, it is also true that many people in the counterforces are nevertheless working very hard and sacrificing a lot to help their brother and sister Earthlings. So we also do not wish to be too critical of them. They are helping to free Earthlings, just in a slower and more roundabout way than we would prefer. Still, innocent children are suffering every single day. So, Earthling leaders, we would like to invite you to hold these national votes. To the police and military, we would like to remind you that many of you have sworn an oath to protect the people or the Constitution. Both are being violated. So, remember your oath. To be clear, nothing can change the fact that your medium-term future is incredibly bright. The worst-case scenario is that this current birth-giving period will take longer and be more painful than is necessary, and that the context of the birth will be less happy than it could be. But humanity will live in freedom and abundance and peace and love. Nothing can stop that. I love you so very dearly. I am very much looking forward to the day when we will finally be able to physically meet Earthlings. Tunia.